What's up there, everybody? It's TheGamerWannabe back on Minecraft. As the title says, just trying to get some work done, a little grindy, but it's a nice sunrise. Got to get the enormous challenge of clearing this desert by. Apologize again for anyone that watched the stream last night. I completely forgot to do my little workaround so I could catch my friend's audio. I should repair it. Well, it'll last a little longer. The worst timing. Yeah, you got class, right? I have been known for having the worst timing. More than one instance. We got revisions, huh? Well, you know, like I've told my friends before, gotta have priorities. It's like I've told them, if I'm playing in the middle of the night and my daughter wakes up with a night terror or something, you can forget the game. Had Chinese listening yesterday, Chinese writing, and French listening today. What? My boss, he's from overseas and he speaks a couple languages. But when he's at work, he'll log on to a YouTube server that's not in the US to watch other things. And I don't understand how he watches a movie in one language while reading the news in another language. And no, he listens to a movie in one language and he'll have subtitles on another movie in another language, and he'll skip back and forth between the subtitled movie and like reading something in French or something. Hey, I just realized you changed your name. Sick, Psych, Sock, Ick, Hack, Hawk. Okay. I guess people can't get wrong with your name now. Sorry you're stressing, man. It is a stressful time. They've got us running around like chickens with their heads cut off at work, trying to get things ready to try to reopen campus. hate reasonable people because they're right. Most of the time. Oh yeah, it's always a great time for homework, isn't it? Is it not a good time for homework? No, I should've. Homework's what? It's like the funnest part of school, isn't it? God, how far back does this go? Okay, this is a lot of freaking, what do they call this crap? Sandstone. Real Racing 3, huh? I think I've heard of that. EA game, mobile game. I used to play some mobile games on my PC through emulator called BlueStack, I think. Yeah. Kind of wanted to get back into a couple of them, but I just haven't. Destruction. Oh, does it have like Wreckfest kind of stuff in it? Or Wannabe Wreckfest stuff? You don't know if BlueStack is very legit. Legit. Not legit how? Crash your car into a barrier at 200 miles an hour, and all you get is a slight crumple. Yeah, 200 miles an hour in Wreckfest, your car is pretty much like a crushed hot dog bun. Ooh, hello. The cars are really cool, huh? Well, I didn't watch the trailer or nothing, but the I guess the game art or whatever they call it looks pretty good. Yeah, that confuses me. I killed the thing here, but the XP is like 20 or 30 blocks behind it. Thought it landed up here. Did it go down here? Oh, there it is. Best one is the MERCF1. Is that short for like McLaren? Lamborghini Gallardo GT3 and the McLaren MP412C. I don't know if I'll make a cactus farm, but I guess I'll hold on to some cactus. Mercedes, okay, yeah, that makes sense. I am going to fix my shovel. Take a couple chests with me over there. These will fix my pickaxe. I think I had some chests over here. That, or they're over by the kelp farm. Probably sleep to get rid of the, excuse me, phantoms. Perks of being forced to learn Latin. I don't even think I could learn Latin if I was being forced. just don't have the. I don't have the compute power. Pretty sure I'm to the point to learn something new. I'm gonna have to forget something. I don't have enough hard drive space. You're running too. Thank you. Thank you. Alright, so let's put chest over here. I have enough trouble with the English language. And what, if I may ask, what is this? Excuse me. What do you like? What kind of degree or something are you going for? Or is this? I mean, to me, this sounds like college type stuff. Or are you just in like, high school or middle school or? No, you're older than that, I think. That'd be college. Nine, not happening. You're 15? God, I couldn't do that stuff when I was a teenager. I'm sure there's some that could. I couldn't handle all that when I was back in school. Oh yeah, I remember you telling me you were 15 one time. You don't know what college means? Like the college, university, after high school, doctorates, PhDs. Yeah, I think I know colleges and universities are kind of the name's different, but around here, most people tend to call colleges and universities the same thing. Like the place I work at is a university, but it's also called. I mean, college is. I don't know. It's just another word people call universities around here. In fact, I think there's on some of the brochures it says college university. Do you like Shakespeare? You know, I've never. I had a hard time reading when I was a child. I mean, I can read better. Not as good as most people. But I've never read Shakespeare, but I'm a very visual guy. I've seen lots of movies, supposedly people's can't think of the word, you know, their view of Shakespeare. That's about all I know of Shakespeare. Ah, you hate Shakespeare. Actually, my favorite Shakespeare has nothing to do with Shakespeare. I like to fish, and one of my favorite fishing poles, the brand is Shakespeare. It's about the most I know about Shakespeare. Yeah, I know they from what I've heard in YouTube videos and stuff, Shakespeare, you know, he's a squirrely talker. Everything they say has more different or deeper meaning, or maybe even lesser meaning than you'd think. Excuse me. You wish you hadn't read Shakespeare? I've heard from a lot of people that everyone should read Shakespeare, but like I said, I don't comprehend things very well. What a hater one you keep here. Would you have a long song or a song of good life? Would I have a long song? Oh no, I put my arrows up. Ah. You have a love song. See right there. Love is such a simple word, and I saw it as long instead of love. Probably because it's next to song. Song sounds like long. See words weird like that. Would you have a love song or a song of good life? Like, do I have a favorite song about love or good life? The fuck is a song of good life? A song of good life. What is a song of good life? Not sure how to answer that, but the song that pops into my head when you ask that, oh crap, what is their name? I think it was The Doors. What does it mean? What does a song of good life mean? I guess if you saw it literally, it's a song about having a good life. Song of a good life. I mean, not all, but most songs, or at least the songs I like, actually tell a story, right? So a song of someone's good life. Or at least that's what it would mean to me, I guess. I hate questions. Well, I don't hate them, but I guess when I was in school, I didn't like questions that were the answer was based on your opinion. There was no necessarily, well, I guess there was right and wrong answers, because if it wasn't what the teacher wanted. But I mean, what do you think something is? Well, this is what I think it is. Well, that's not right. Well, it's still what I think it is. I remember all kinds of stuff like that in Miss Martin's class. She was the fourth grade English teacher. I don't know enough about Shakespeare myself to know if any of it was meant to be literal or not. I'll take your word on that. Or I'll take your opinion. You know, that's how I see things, but Miss Martin would ask you really weird questions. What do you think of this? What do you think of that? Well, that's not right. You should be thinking this, basically. In the simplest way to put it, I mean. Not exactly what I'm talking about, but it's what she'd make you feel like. Excuse me, I didn't particularly care for Miss Martin or Mrs. What was her name? Steebert. I think it was Steebert. I didn't learn things very well, and they weren't willing to teach me in a way I could learn. But Mr. Frank, Mr. Nichols, and Mr. Cooper, they could all talk to me in a way I understood. Things like math, there's a clear answer. Yeah. I never was too good with like algebra. The geometry was I mean the basics, sure, but you get much past that and you're over my head. the hell is Quadtrex? I think that's a brand of quad bike here. Or a four-wheeler. You're going up past, going over my head. It's generally not that hard to go over my head on those things. Good teachers are hard to find. Yeah, I can't stand, well, not all of my daughter's teachers, but principal I sure can't stand, because I don't know how she became a principal, because especially my daughter, but from what I hear, a good portion of the parents don't like how she doesn't seem to have a good understanding of how the minds of some younger kids works. And they called me up to their school one day, and I forgot what my daughter had done, but she was like 5, I think. My daughter all out did not believe she had done anything wrong, and I don't really believe that she thinks she did anything wrong, even though as an adult, yes, she did something wrong. I think she had, I think they were like drawing or something, and she went to the teacher's desk and took a marker off the table to draw with. And, I mean, she shouldn't have messed with the teacher's desk, but, excuse me, somehow, I guess the principal got involved, and the principal decided to declare she stole the marker. And I'm very big on being trustworthy and not stealing and things with my daughter. She knows that there's repercussions for things like that. And I'm pretty sure she all out believes she didn't, I mean, she didn't take it to keep it. She didn't put it in her desk or her bag or anything. She just took it to draw with. Said it was time to, like, art class or something. And that principal just yelling and screaming at my daughter. I had to intervene and put the kibosh on things, because there is no need to be yelling at a child that doesn't understand they've done something wrong. I mean, what's the point if they don't, if you can't explain to them and get them to understand what they did wrong? Excuse me. Then there's no excuse me. Oh crap. You're putting some headache-inducing stuff on here. Quadtrex are questions like yeah, equals 0. I concur. Yeah, you're correct. Yes. It equals 0. Yes, x equals 2 and x equals 1. Yeah, yeah, that looks right. Yeah. You ever need me to proof check your math work? Yeah. Stupid creeper. I didn't even hear him coming until the last second. I mean, yeah, my daughter knows better now, but I all out believe my daughter did not think she was doing anything wrong. She just saw a marker and it was time to draw, so she grabbed a marker to draw. Why they jumped to the conclusion of she's stealing and dragging her to the principal's office and calling her dad in to deal with it because she's a bawling, crying mess because she's being accused of stealing and being a liar. I don't know, they took it way too far. And other parents have had this issue. I keep doing this crap because when I play Satisfactory, you hit E to open the menu and you hit E to close the menu. Yeah, basically. I don't know if it was art class, but it was like, I don't know, I think it was actually a reward for some work she did. The teacher said she could draw something. I think that's what it was. And she just saw the marker and grabbed the marker to draw with. Whether she was supposed to or not, they just took it too far. I mean, I'm sure they have specific markers and crayons and whatnot to draw with, but I think it was like within the first month of her being in that class. You know, can't expect a 5-year-old to have learned everything from a new class, all the ins and outs and exactly how everything teacher wants everything done. And it wasn't the teacher's fault. It was, I don't even know how it got to the principal, but the principal was the one that was making a big deal out of it. Maybe that's I've never had my parents come into school. When I was a kid, my dad got called to the school a couple times, but my mom came to the school more often than not. But they hated my mom. The principal was scared of my mom. A lot of people are. They actually did some rather. I was too young to realize it, but they actually did some kind of shady stuff back when I was in middle school, just so that they wouldn't have to deal with my mom. But then when my mom found out, ooh, all hell broke loose. Yeah, they called me to school one time. She, I'm still, I guess confused about this matter. She, I guess there was a wooden handrail outside, and like on a ramp, and she was going up or down the ramp, I don't know. But the wooden handrail had a little splinter in it, and when she was dragging her hand along it, she got the splinter in her finger, and it's probably like a 3-inch long splinter, but it was just like a 1/4 inch that went into her finger. She never bled or nothing. But they called me into school to deal with it because they said they can't do things like that because, God, this was a number of years ago. I guess the schools in this town, there's only one like registered nurse that works for the schools, and she only works in one school, and the other people that work under her, you know, they're just like assistants, so they're limited on what they can do. But the assistant called the registered nurse at the main high school, and she said, no, don't deal with it, just call the parent and have them you know, call the hospital and have an ambulance come deal with it for a splinter. I showed up and that I was gonna have to pay for. I saw the splinter. She'd been sitting there for like 30 minutes that it took me to get to the school. And I saw the splinter. She was sitting there crying and bawling. I'm sure it hurt, but I mean, it wasn't like it was into the meat or anything. It was just stuck into the skin on the tip of her finger. Took a minute to calm her down, and you just, like my grandpa did with me, you talk to him, you distract him a little, and you just yank it out. Grab it firmly and yank it out. She didn't even notice I pulled it out. And they were wanting me to call a freaking ambulance that I was going to probably have to pay $500 for to come deal with a little splinter in her finger. Sorry, I got to rambling and the chat went on. Headache inducing. Yeah, I don't know if I've told you, I actually have I get bad migraines pretty easily. Not necessarily from math, but other things. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Never had my parent. Maybe that's because they live 13-hour plane ride away from me. What do you live at your school or foster care? Or, well, you have parents, why would you live in foster care? I don't know how things work in other parts of the world. I don't really know how things work in America. A lot of it works kind of haphazardly. And shoot, just with math, you said you're 15 in high school or whatever they call the schools you're in at that age. You're learning stuff that I feel like over here that they do in college. I mean, I'm sure that there were classes like that in high school. I didn't take them. I was actually homeschooled through my last couple years of high school because we had so many issues with the schools around here. So I actually did, let's see, the way it worked homeschooling, I actually did, I think 2.5 years. My last 2.5 years of high school I did in 1 year through high schooling. I just grinded through it, and all summer and all year. I just, as soon as I finished work, one, you know, one workbook or whatever you want to call it, I moved on to the next one, and I think I finished high school at like 15 and a half or 16, I can't remember. But I also had started a year late when I first started school, like kindergarten and stuff, because had to do with where my birthday is in the year or something. They wouldn't let me start school one year, so I was literally like a year older than everybody else. And they held me back in one grade, so I was always bigger than everybody else, like a year and a half, 2 years older than most people in my class. I imagine life at school, I imagine, can cause headaches. I'm not 100% sure. I think my daughter may be having headache problems. We're looking into it. I imagine can feel like a throbbing headache, usually on one side of the head. Other symptoms include feeling sick and symptomatic like, yeah, when when I'm having one of my bad migraines, I've only had, let me see, since I was 18, I think I've had 6, maybe 7 of these bad migraines that literally last like 4 to 7 days, and everything hurts. Light hurts, breathing. There's not a soft enough pillow in the world to lay your head down on without it just feeling like, you know, just immense pressure on your head. Any kind, there's not a little flicker of a candle is enough light to hurt your eyes. Throwing up, can't walk without being assisted. You don't have, like, your equilibrium's all screwed up. Yeah, they they put me on a whole bunch of different medicines, and none of them really seemed to do anything for the migraines. I had a couple MRIs and I think one CAT scan, and one of the MRIs, I hate MRI. If you've ever had an MRI, they're very loud, or at least the old ones. I think newer ones are more quiet. But they required me, next time you have a migraine, to call a number. This was a number of years ago. To come in for an emergency MRI so that they could take the MRI while I was having the migraine, which was just, I mean, borderline just kill me and put me out of my misery, because all the loud noise from the MRI was so painful. But none of the medicine really worked. One time I think they were giving me, I don't remember what the medicine was called. I don't take it anymore. But they ran out of it, so they were giving me, I think, 1,200 milligrams of Tylenol 3 and some milligram amount of what is that stuff called? It's the stuff they used. Morphine. 1,200 milligrams of Tylenol 3 and some amount of morphine. I don't remember how much. And it would barely take the edge off. But I don't know why this works for me. I'm glad it does. But what I have learned in recent years is Excedrin, one Excedrin migraine and a 2 ibuprofen. If I feel a headache coming on, I take that, and it usually will get rid of the headache within 20 or 30 minutes. But if I wait too long and the headache gets too bad, it just kind of curbs the pain a little. But if I get on it soon enough, it tends to tends to stop the headache from becoming a real bad migraine. Yeah, they had me on a diet and a sleeping regiment, routine, whatever you want to call it. It's hard for me to stay on a proper sleep schedule because of my job, and I have one of those minds where I'm always thinking. It's hard to get it to shut off sometimes. I don't like to take things to help me go to sleep, but I usually try to... I sleep better when I'm actually exhausted and I lay down and go to sleep. If I'm not, like, really truly tired and I try to go to sleep, my mind just races with things that I think about. Excuse me? But I've been dealing with these these headaches. I think when I was about 13 or 14, I started having like daily headaches, like not bad headaches, but just like those, you know, I don't know if you've ever had a headache. It's just like one of those annoying little headaches. Not really enough to mess up your day, just kind of make your day crap. But I had one of those almost every day for about 3 years. And then like the first week that I got my first full-time job, I had my first migraine, and they found me on the floor just in a sweating pool of my own sweat. Cold chills, and they loaded me up and took me to the hospital. But luckily I haven't had one of those bad migraines in a number of years. I'm going to chalk it up to that Excedrin that's been working for me. Why Excedrin, I don't know. I don't care. It works. What is this? putting that there. Yeah, I don't plan to try to learn Latin. I need to catch up here. The desert is gonna take a long time to level. Yes, it is. Can't scan your x-rays, MRIs, magnets. Did they see anything? You know, the reason they wanted to do an MRI while I had a migraine is because when they did it without it, they didn't find anything. And even when I did have a migraine, when they did an MRI, they said they couldn't find it, no blood clots or I guess abnormalities or anything. They couldn't find anything wrong. They couldn't see why I was having a headache. I need to fix my shovel. Now that's been a good, I don't know, maybe 15 years ago was the last time I had MRIs, and I've had a couple headaches since then. Just learned to live with them, or migraines since then. Still have, maybe once a week, probably rarely twice a week, I'll have a small headache that I would just take some Excedrin and be good. I try to drink plenty of water, and I do some yoga, and I know I'm not in the greatest shape, but I know I could be in far worse shape physically. Try to eat relatively healthy. I don't hardly drink pop. I occasionally do, but not like on any normal basis. Try to eat my veggies. Really like spinach and watercress. I'm kind of on a... I like... I forget what some people... I like a high protein diet, or moderately high protein diet. Kind of a semi-low calorie, high protein diet, high fat diet. Seems to work for me. Did the hospital have bright lights? Oh, the hospital has insanely bright lights. I've had my fair share of surgeries. I've actually had a lot of surgeries, and last time I was in one of the surgery rooms at the hospital in the town where I live, they had actually just upgraded to LED lights, and their surgery rooms are literally, the whole ceiling is nothing but 2-foot by 4-foot light fixtures with 4-foot LED bulbs. Like, the whole ceiling is nothing but light. And I'm not a huge fan of fluorescent light bulbs. I don't know if they really contribute to my headaches, but I try to steer clear from them. I try to steer clear from... I'm pretty sure aspartame, a sweetener that they put in some drinks and stuff, kind of affects my headaches, so I steer clear of aspartame. Carbonated drinks. Like soda pop. Yes, soda, soft drinks, yeah. I will occasionally have a pop, but I don't drink them like daily or something, and I'm kind of weird. A lot of people that know me make fun of me for it, but I actually I'm not a fan of the carbonation. I will actually make my pop go a little flat. Give it a shake or two to get rid of some of the fizz. But yeah, I drink primarily water. I drink some coffee. I usually have a cup or two of coffee a day. I drink a lot of hot tea in the winter. Wait, what surgery? No, I was just referring to the surgery rooms they have are very, very. Oh, hello, fellas. How you doing? Trying to sneak up on a brother, huh? How did I not get the thingy-majigger for killing this guy? The God, I can't think of what it's called. Yeah, they need to be able to see, but I mean, I was just blown away how usually the I think I've probably told you or explained to you I'm a little God, I can't think of the word. I count things all the time, but usually when I have a surgery, they put you on a gurney and they're wheeling you down the hallway and whatnot. I count how many light bulbs I find out, and I tell the guy doing or the woman doing the surgery how many light bulbs are out. They always seem to get a kick out of that for some reason. That's kind of part of my job at work, is to I walk around and see what light bulbs are out so I can have one of my guys go change them. I don't like harsh cold light. Around my house, I actually I don't like lights on the ceilings. I don't like using them. I use lamps around the house most of the time. My shop, where my workout equipment and my computer is, I have all the lights on the walls. They shine up onto the ceiling, and that light illuminates everything, so it's a softer light. Not necessarily for my headaches. I just prefer that kind of light. I don't like the direct light. Yeah, this is gonna take a good long while. Yeah, I spend a lot of time outside. I like good sunlight. Uh, Sahara Mist. Yeah, not a big fan of Sahara Mist. I mean, it's alright. Personally, I've always loved Dr. Pepper. I used to drink way too much of it. Dr. Pepper, Sprite, 7 Up. A&W root beer, especially from the tap instead of the bottle. And now you're making me crave pop. Alright. In the UK equivalent is Sprite. Yeah, we have Sahara Mist and Sprite. Not many people like sparkling water. Oh, excuse me, I had to sneeze. Not many people like sparkling. I'm assuming you mean like sparkling water unless you have a drink called sparkling. I don't mind sparkling soda and things, but I don't understand why carbonated water was created. Yeah, I guess people like the oh, excuse me, like the fizziness, I guess. I don't know. I've always been told around here, like soda pops and stuff. I know they had started with like soda pop jerks and stuff, but I want to say I remember hearing that soda pops were kind of considered a form of medicine at one time from like pharmacies, and I guess maybe it was something they did to make it taste better or seem more medicine-y, like, hey, this fizzes so it'll make you feel better, or it's, you know, the new medicine, or something like that. Probably wrong, but I think that's what I remember hearing. Leave me alone, I'm trying to read. Direct sunlight is great. Yeah, I'm actually trying to, I got a vacation coming up. I'm gonna try to build myself a small greenhouse. I've wanted a greenhouse for a long time. I used to garden all the time, but since my daughter was born and with her medical complications, I haven't had a whole lot of time for it. But now that she's older and doing better, I'm gonna try to get back into gardening. And I found a unique way of building a fairly cheap DIY greenhouse. Basically like a hoop house. Here pretty quick. Actual exams start Friday. School's done here. I'm pretty sure exams are done for the year. Going insane. Yeah, we got a good portion of students that seem to go a little insane the week of, call it finals week. We do it twice a year, 3 times, I think twice a year. It's finals week, but we also call it pancake week because at the main food court in the building I work in, we offer, on the week of finals, we offer free pancakes to students, and you know, we open the building up 24 hours for them to have access to Wi-Fi if they need it, do any last minute studying, pancakes and strawberries and peanut butter and syrup and a whole bunch of carbs. There's a lot of people that tend to show up that are really trying, they don't even care about the pancakes, but they're really trying to get that last bit of study cramming going, and we've had a couple that have had like little, I guess like little mental breakdowns over the years. Not a lot, just a couple. American brands. Just drink soda. About out of room in here. Yeah, I love me a good Dr. Pepper. Just don't drink them very often anymore. I don't know about over where you're at, but I don't know many younger people that do it, but like, oh, you little, quit moving. Quit zigging and zagging. Like my grandpa, he used to drink hot Dr. Pepper. Like he'd actually heat it up on the stove. Yeah, we've got a pretty good selection of soda pop here. Actually, there is, excuse me, there is a place about an hour from where I live called, I've never been there, but I've driven by it. I think it's called Pops. I think they actually claim to have every type of pop that is sold in the US there, and they have aisles and aisles of just pop. I think they might even have some pop from out of the US, like some more international type flavors. My wife has been there. My dad, he used to go there about once a month on a. He'd take a motorcycle trip down there about once a month with some of his friends just to go on a trip, get a pop. By cola, are you referring to like Coca-Cola? Or, because we have some brands here that are like off-brands of Coca-Cola that are just called cola. I wish we could play with Java. From what I understand, it's just because of the... I don't really understand why there wouldn't be a way, but from what I understand, it has to do with how Java is coded in Java. And there are slight differences with how certain mechanics in the game work, even if they are similar to the same... Even if they're really similar, have like the same stuff in it, the mechanics between some of that stuff works differently in Java. Like, I've never played Java, but I've talked to people on YouTube that play Java, and they say, and that have also played Bedrock, and they said the biggest difference is the way redstone works in Java is it works different. I mean, I'm not 100% sure different how, but they say if you like to work with redstone, you should play Java. And that might even be true for me, but I'm not big into redstone. I've watched tutorials to do my redstone stuff, but I'm happy with Bedrock. I mean, to each their own, right? Can you try playing Hyplex online? I got about 30 minutes before I'm gonna have to get off and get ready for work. Try playing Hyplex online. What is Hyplex? The Hyplex network is a Microsoft minigame server released on April 13th. Managed by Hyperplex Studios. Hyperplex is only available on Java editions of Minecraft. Hyperplex has has won 4 Guinness World Records. Well, it says it's only for Java. But I don't know if it... I would assume it wouldn't let me. Is there something special about it or something? I mean, it sounds like it's been around for quite a while. Like 2B2T or whatever it's called. Yeah, it says where was it? Hyperplex is only available on the Java edition of Minecraft. Unless they're wrong, if you know if there's a version for Bedrock, I can try to look it up. Oh my god, I didn't realize how big this hill was. Yeah, it's gonna take a while. I mean, I'm sure if I had... Most of my friends, when I started playing Minecraft, played it on Xbox, which is Bedrock, on the Xbox 360, so that's why I play Bedrock, really. If I had friends that played on Java, I probably would have started with Java, but I personally don't have a problem with Bedrock. Of course, if I played Java, I might go, oh my god, Bedrock is trash, I'll never play it again, but... Or maybe not. I don't really care that much. I mean, I just like all the game like PC Master Race and crap like that. I mean, we're all just gamers, just play and have fun. What does it matter what we play on? If you're happy, you're happy. Have fun. That's what it's about. Or at least for me, that's what it's about. I wish they would just make everything cross-play so everyone could just play together. And there's always going to be people saying PC's better or PlayStation's better than Xbox or Xbox is better than PlayStation. I don't really care. Just get on and let's play. 750-word essay. I hated doing essays. You're over halfway there. That's a good thing, right? Should I just screw the last 300? I'm not saying. No. Is it the requirement or is it extra credit or? Hey, that's your call, man. I ain't telling you what to do with your school. Why didn't you complete your essay? Well, the Wannabe told me I didn't have to. People feel kind of. How to for whatever consoles they use. They feel obligated to fight for theirs. Personally, PCs have potential to be better. Personally, I really like playing on PC. For me, console definitely has its place. Console is really designed to be more of a couch thing. I mean, my Xbox is right here next to my PC, but that's because, you know, I record my console to a PC for streaming and recording, which I haven't really done much recording. But there's some benefits to a console. There really are. But like one of my friends, I built him a PC, but he's very much not computer illiterate, which confuses me because he's like 18, and I feel like he's got a smartphone and crap like that. I mean, my daughter, who's 6, she I mean, she doesn't know everything. She probably won't. I mean, she'll never know everything, but she's proficient enough to, you know, turn her computer on, find what she wants to do, or find what I tell her to do, and, you know, do a school lesson or play a game or I get for some people PCs take a little more knowledge on some things, especially when you start trying to stream and stuff. But they are far more versatile. Consoles are much more simple. You plug them in, you turn them on, you download the game, and you play it. There's no dealing with driver updates. There's no dealing with. I mean, I know the Xbox updates every now and then, but there's no. I've never updated my Xbox and there been some kind of problem where I have to like roll back the update or something, or wait for them to do a patch to fix some issue from the update. I may have and just never noticed it, but personally, PC potential, well, guideline, laugh out loud, this guy on YouTube. Yeah, okay. You like music? I love music. There's not a lot of newer music that I like. I've had a lot of people tell me I was born in the wrong decade, but I like music from like the some of the 80s, but the 70s back to like the 1920s, like swing music, and I just like older music. I got a number of records that I like to listen to. I like the physicalness of records. I like having to put the record on and play the music rather than using like an MP3 player. I should really put some torches in there. Music bot. Do you do instruments? I don't play an instrument. In music class, I did. Oh, what was it called? It wasn't an alto. It was a flute of some kind. Not that I was like super good at it, but I did like a year and a half of it. And not that I was like really good at guitar. I want to say it was like a 6-string guitar. Could be wrong on that. I played it in music class for the same time that I played the when I played the whatever flute it was. Torches, that's what I came over here for. What do I even... Surely I have the stuff to make torches. Oh yeah, just a little bit of stuff to make torches. Do I have sticks? I am out of sticks. I never really learned to play the piano. I at one time wanted to kind of learn to play the piano. I had a friend that knew she could play the piano. She could play some songs. I don't really know how proficient she was. She could read music. I know she could read music. She at the university I work with, there's we have a couple rooms that have some old pianos in it. They're not always kept tuned up properly. We get them tuned about once a year, but they sorry, having to think and do things at the same time. She taught me how to play a couple simple songs, but that was years ago. She was from Germany, I think, or she was from America, but her dad was in the military, and she was born in America, but or maybe she was born in... Anyway, she spent a lot of her younger life in Germany. It had to be Germany. But she taught me a couple simple songs that were like German songs or Russian songs, like German, I guess. Excuse me. God, I got a bug in my throat. But that was quite a few years ago. I haven't seen her for a long time. Really? More villagers? I think one of them went around the corner. Could have swore he went around the corner. Where'd he go? Maybe it was the zombie. Are you going to enchant your trident? Do I have a trident on me? I have some tridents. I've never used tridents all that much in this game, except for like trident killers for mob grinders. My logo was I decided to try out a website called Fiber. If you don't know what it is, it's kind of a freelancing kind of website where supposedly graphic designers or whatnot can make some extra money doing side jobs or side hustles, smaller jobs. Anyways, I decided to give it a try, and I had someone on there design my logo just I don't know, I think it was a couple weeks ago. I was quite happy with it, really. I got two different versions of it. Got a well, kind of three different versions. I've got like the standard version, which is like a 2D, and then I got a 3D raised version, and then the transparent version, so I can place it on top of things myself. Yes, figurative. They're fun, I guess. I don't know. Oh, someone else joined. Hey, what's up there, Meep Cat? Grapes explode when you put them in the microwave. Interesting. More interested on how you found this out. Who would put grapes in the microwave? Yes, that was a little random. Yeah, just a tad random. There's nothing wrong with some randomness in the world, though. Not everything has to be. I can't think of the word. Is he gone? He looks to still be here, or at least on participant screen it says he's still here. I think there's a little lag when people leave. It takes a little while. I forgot who it was. I remember someone I watched saying when you stream, you should always stream as if you should always just assume there's people on your stream. Stream as if there's always 100 people on your stream. Always be talking, even if you don't. Even if you don't know there's people in your stream or not, always be talking, because it's like there's not something interesting going on in the first like 20 or 30 seconds than someone that joined your stream for the first time. If there's not something interesting to see or hear, they're just gonna be gone, which makes sense to me, I guess. But I'm just talking about me here. I don't particularly find me that interesting. I know some people do, and I find that weird. But it's just how I am. I don't have the I can't ever think of how to word it. I don't have the there's people I know that, you know, I used to do woodworking, but I had to sell a lot of my equipment to pay on my wife's medical bills. But I mean, you know, I was pretty decent when it comes to building things. Built some houses. I built a number of houses, a couple dozen really. Well, I've worked with other people. Didn't do it by myself. I've built, you know, dog houses, bird houses, real houses, turned bowls and cups and goblets and platters on lathes, and built chairs, and I mean, I do things my own way, not always the best way, but I can't think of the word. I don't have the confidence in myself with things. Like, I mean, I've been involved with building probably a dozen and a half, 2 dozen houses from start to finish. You know, everything from the framing to plumbing and wiring, things like that. Pouring the slabs. But even some roofing, shingled roofs, metal roofs. I mean, I have experience in it. But like my dad, he's wanting to get a metal roof put on his house, and I'm happy to help the man in any way I can, but he wants just me and him to do it. And first off, I'm not used to, I guess, running the show. Dude, what is up with all these pillagers? I'm not necessarily used to being the one running the show, but I mean, he'd be running the show, but he's banking on my experiences, and even though I have experience, I don't have confidence in myself on a lot of things. I don't like to fail people. I don't like for it to be on me, because a lot of people have told me, what's the wording? Oh, how do you say it? A lot of people have told me that I wear my my heart on my sleeve. I don't entirely understand that meaning of that phrase, but they say it. I take things to heart, which I do, but I just don't like to. I don't like feeling like a failure. I mean, I'm sure nobody likes feeling like a failure. Some people probably take it better than most. You know, this would probably be a little easier. Ooh, those are even taller. I know a lot of smart. Oh, hello. I'm just gonna gang up on a brother, huh? I know a lot of smart people. I'm friends with a lot of smart people. But not all of them, but a lot of them, they're book smart. They know a lot that they learned in school, and oh, I didn't even see him on the college and whatnot. But they don't have the experience in doing certain things. Like my boss, he not my boss, my no, he's the assistant building director is what he is. He's a very smart, knowledgeable guy, and he understands how a lot of things are done, but he doesn't have the experience in doing it. Well, that is my alarm. Wow, he was so far away. That is my alarm telling me I need to get ready for work. So, it was a pleasure talking with you, Sick. Just like always. Mr. or Mrs. Cat, whichever, thank you for the informative information of grapes will explode in the microwave. But on that note, I will catch y'all in the next one. I hope y'all liked it. If you do, consider liking, subscribing, all that good stuff. Comment in the bottom if you would. I'd love to know what people think of my videos, or what y'all think I could do or change to make any of them better. Have yourselves a good one.